Now we should be live. I'm
Sure.
seeing the thing now.
Yeah, you
Should
see it?
yeah, should we should
God
be good.
damn. Just kill me, Kevin. Just kill me.
No.
I give up. Thank you for joining, everybody. This is the Shit Show live. I got nothing.
John Fox, how you doing, sir?
Battle for the
Blessings to you.
70s. I don't even know. I don't know. Why would I know anything?
You know everything.
No, I just know nothing's worked right today for the past 17 years of my life. Nothing's worked right today. So why would now be any different? Thanks for joining, people.
It's the Tracy curse.
Thanks for joining. Welcome to the Shit Show. We are
You're blaming Tracy?
Rumble Pop Live. I don't know. Who's blaming Tracy?
Sal.
Oh, I did. It's called the Tracy curse.
Hey, John.
Oh.
Hey, buddy. I don't know if I can get this to work, but we're going to keep trying until it does.
Because we here at Rumble Pop, we never give up.
You know, by the way, we are looking for new sponsors so we can afford better equipment that actually works. That would be amazing. So if anybody's watching later, even and you want to sponsor us, we are always actively looking for new sponsors. But anyway,
Now,
Kevin, I digress. Go ahead and do some introductions if you don't mind.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to Rumble Pop, where we're going to have a very fun, disco, groovy, and fresh time. First, let me introduce to you my two co-hosts and co-conspirators. First, the man from the great state of Ohio. He is Bruce Campbell's #2 fan. He is the greatest Blue Beetle fan of all time. A man who adores Ted Cord and even Jaime Reyes. He enjoyed that Blue Beetle movie that came out last weekend, and you should go out there and support it on his behalf.
You should.
Yes, sir. He is simply known as the original Dog.
Thanks, guys. I got my Blue Beetle drink right here. Handcrafted. The Blue Beetle is what I call this drink, and it is delicious.
It looks
And last but not least, a man who is always on Rumble Pop, a man who's a great co-host, a man who has his own YouTube channel and his own Twitch live stream. He talks about video games. He's also a great urban poet and lyricist. Please give it up for the man, Big Sal Hernandez.
I'm not a crook.
Boom.
And of course, I'm your humble podcaster, the Grand Master of the Jedi and Vulcan arts, your Supreme Chancellor, Brother Kevin.
Yeah, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're going to continue our decade movie battle. The battle for the ages, the 1970s.
Mm-hmm. That we are.
Hello, Enrique.
How old were you guys in the 70s? I wasn't born yet.
We were literally born literally at the end of the decade. So
Yeah.
we don't even remember it at all.
Yeah, we were both born in 79, so it's not like we got to experience the decade that well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're pooping in diapers, crying for milk and Gerber food, and
You were crying for that titty milk.
Kevin's still crying for that titty milk.
I don't
shit.
know. I don't know about that, gentlemen. That's a very, very unfortunate thing to say.
Enrique, you like my Blue Beetle? The drink is called the Blue Beetle.
Why is it
Put
your
your
apple
sweet-
blue?
Well, the apple's just for effect. It's the garnish. There's no apple in it. What is in it is a smoky mezcal mixed with some tonic water and a dash of food coloring for the blue effect, and some pineapple juice, and it is delightful, nice and smoky and delicious, and crunchy.
She said, Sammy says the color is questionable.
Well, it is food coloring.
You should have got some blue icing and then
You gotta
put
make
the
it blue, baby.
icing on the apple. Or you could have done some research and see what a beetle's favorite fruit is.
It's apple.
Oh, then there you go.
Actually, there are fig beetles. Here's the best. I'm going to tell you about this right now. Okay. Why I chew. We have these giant fig beetles that fly around this apartment building. Now, I don't know of many fig trees in the area, so I think they're just confused. Fig beetles in nature are horrible at flying. They have giant wings, but they're the clumsiest sons of bitches you'll ever see. Oftentimes you think that they're attacking you and running into you and boom, 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 like that, and they're buzzing around you. It's because they're like, because they don't even know what they're doing. And they're just trying to get from point A to point B. So oftentimes you see this dumb sons of bitches just boom, right into the wall and shit and land. It is spectacular. Once you get to know them, they can't hurt you. They're fantastic. But they are like this big around. Like they're big, they're big. And with the wingspan, it makes them look this big. So you see this thing coming at you. And you can hear them too, because they're loud. It's like a... like that kind of thing. And they're on you, and they always like try and hit you in the face and shit. It's great. So fig beetles, yeah. So that's probably a beetle's favorite fruit next to the apple. But nice. Right now we're having the blue beetle cocktail, and it's delicious.
What does it taste like?
John, I should have used the blue Curacao. But the only problem is I don't have that. So I had to go with the food coloring, which is tasteless. So I can't really taste it. It is the smoky mescal mixed with the pineapple juice and a twist, or just a dash of the tonic water, which adds a little bubbly and a little sweetness too.
Could have just got like a Powerade.
I could have done that and poured it into a glass, but I wanted to be legit. I wanted to be responsible with this.
You wanted to be fancy.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Enrique. Enrique says the drink looks good. So, there we go. And throwing that out to all of you that have rich uncles, just let them know that we are looking for sponsors so I can toss all of my equipment into the trash and get new equipment, because I'm so over every week there being a new issue with this system. It drives me up the wall.
I heard Big Sal has some family wealth. His family owns many enterprising businesses.
I heard actually that Big Sal's twin owned very multitude of enterprising and reputable companies, but he absorbed that twin and therefore absorbed the companies as well, and then promptly ran them into the ground. So
basically what you're saying is consolidations of some sort.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I'm like the first, Blob movie. I just showed up in town and absorbed everybody.
Oh, my God. Hey, Jenny and Maria, thanks for joining. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, John again. Enrique, Sammy.
Hello.
Thanks.
How's everyone?
Oh, Mom and Dad are here. Say hi to my Mom and Dad, everybody.
Mom and Pop.
Hi, Mom and Papa McKinney.
And we are going to be talking about the Battle of the 70s. Now, this was hard, guys. This was hard. This was last minute. What up, Alec Bankita in the house? We struggled. We fought. There was a battle, and I at one point said, I feel like everyone hates me because I'm just writing these down. But we made it work ultimately, and there's going to be a twist to this. So real quick, we're going to go over some comics, because you can't have a show without me trying to pull out. Hello, everybody. This is the segment of Donald Pulls Out, where I talk about comic books. Let's go to Godzilla War for Humanity. Now, I read this one. This is a delight, guys. Highly recommend this one. They created a new kaiju in this. This sumbitch right down here, or up here, he actually emits a black ooze and gets it into the mouths of the other kaijus to kind of drive them crazy and towards anger. So they're wondering why these kaijus are always so angry. It's because of this son of a bitch right here. So the story's going to keep going on that. So that's a fun one. Hawk Girl was a surprisingly fun one. Now, this is a few weeks old, but I enjoyed it. It's basically all about her coming to Metropolis and staying in Metropolis, and everybody wondering why she's in Metropolis, and her just trying to come with the terms that the Justice League has been disbanded, and she needs to be a superhero on her own. So that is Hot Girl, and it's pretty good. This one, let me tell you, Orson Welles' Warrior of the Worlds. Now, Orson Welles didn't just tell the story of War of the Worlds. He lived it. He had a sphere that took him through time and space, and he relives this moment as if it's real, because it was real. And now some of his proteges that have worked with him in the past are finding that out via the sphere that the government is trying to keep for themselves. So it's a bit weird, but a lot of fun. The Call. The Call is about a group of teenage girls that get together because one of the teenage girls' brothers went missing, and they think that something in the city took their brother. Something or someone took her brother, and they are going to the beach, to the caves, because one of the girls swears that she saw something there. And what they find is amazing. And then we go to What If Dark Moon Night. You might as well call this What If I Shit Myself in Public, because that's exactly what these people did when they wrote this. They shit themselves in public. This is terrible, guys. This is a hot mess. Don't fucking buy it. In fact, tomorrow, the first person that comes into the shop at We Can Be Heroes and says, Moon Knight shit the bed, I'll just give him this book because I want to get rid of it. It is hot trash. Goodbye, Moon Knight.
It's that bad, huh?
It's bad. It's dumb. It's stupid. It sucks.
I mean, I wouldn't stop watching somebody taking a shit in the street, though.
You would be mesmerized.
I'd be like, damn, that takes,
you'd be like
a lot of courage.
You'd be like this, I must draw you.
Yeah. I must capture this moment. That was just my mind.
Taking a shit in the street.
That has to go to the museum. It belongs in the museum.
There you go, Sal. I just drew. That's what it is here. It's all about fun, guys. And that was all about me pulling out. So thank you for listening to me pull out a little. All right. Now we're moving on. It's time for a little battle, right, Kevin? Battle of the 70s?
Yes, sir.
All right. We did the 50s. We did the 60s. Now comes the 70s. It's going to get hot and hairy here. It's going to get hectic. But before we get into this, there's a few things that I want you guys to know. We have two preliminary battles. Now what's going to happen is the winner, the ultimate winner of these two preliminary battles, is going to get a chance to get in the actual battle itself. So they might get a chance, one of these preliminary battles might get a chance to get in one of the early battles. So we'll see what happens. A wild card. A wild card. You got that right. So away we go. Ready, guys?
Do it.
You ready, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
Kevin, are you excited?
Of course I am.
Are you there?
Then
are you really
smile.
excited, though, Kevin?
Ass popped up.
Did you say ass popped up?
I said I am pumped up.
Oh, I thought you said ass popped up. I don't know why I thought you said that, but it's been a day. Let's just say that. I'm going to pause that shot clock, and I'm going to move this up here for everybody to see. And then we're going to get started here. The first battle, though, Kevin, is going to be pretty epic, right?
Oh, yes.
This one's near and dear to my heart right here. Angela Lansbury and what's his name? The dude with the mustache. I can never remember his name. You know him. He's not even in the picture. But this is Bedknobs and Broomsticks, a lovely Disney film. Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Oh my God.
One of my favorites. One of my favorite Disney films, live action of all time. And this is going up against another one of my favorite live action films that I loved when I was a kid, and my mother can attest to this. That is Pete's Dragon. Now, what's special about these two films is this is a mix of live action with hand-drawn animation, which was kind of revolutionary at the time. So we're getting something that you didn't see every day. So we're talking Bedknobs and Broomsticks versus Pete's Dragon. Both are great. Pete's Dragon's about a boy that can see an imaginary dragon that's real, but everybody thinks is imaginary just because the boy is the only one that can see it because he believes in the dragon. And Bedknobs and Broomsticks is about a wonderful witchy woman that basically entrances a whole family and makes them believe in themselves and in magic again, and even brings a whole suit of armor inside a museum together to back to life to start a war, to stop a war actually, and it's pretty fantastic if you watch it. So I highly recommend it. And away we go on the clock. And Sal, Kevin, you have anything you want to mention while people start voting?
Nope. You said everything needs to be said. Yeah. Let's do this.
No, Big Sean, I am not at the shop. I'm not at the shop, sir. So let's do this. Okay, here we go. I'm late, but I am here. Sammy says, kind of weird you and Kevin not screen buddies this time. You guys must miss each other. We've reached out. I've like reached over this way, like this way, and Kevin reaches over across. We just reach across Sal. They're the other way, Kevin.
Oh.
There we go. Yep, now let's tickle Sal. Let's scratch his back. There we go. How's that feel, Sal? Does that feel good?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, so we don't have many votes here. We got some popping in. Here we go. There's just a little bit of a lag. David Keffer, what's he doing on here?
It's rare.
Did he get lost? What's happening? No. David, what's happening? Hello, sir. Good to see you. For those that you don't know, I made a lovely cocktail called the Blue Beetle in celebration of the film. Go see it. It's fantastic. It's so good, guys. And I'm not saying that because I love the Blue Beetle with a passion. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying because it is. All right, so we got, let's see here. So Lacey starts us off. Sal, you want to take Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and Kevin, why don't you do Pete's Dragon, okay?
Okay.
Yep.
Lacey says Pete's Dragon. Maria says Bedknobs and Broomsticks for her. Jenny says Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Bonnie says Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Kevin says Pete's Dragon. Sammy says my folks say Bedknobs and Broomsticks. So Sammy, are they watching? It's one for your mom and one for your dad. Big Sean says Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Enrique says I do love them both, but I'm going to have to go with Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Wow. David says howdy gents. I actually had a few minutes tonight. Oh, that's nice. Not a licensed drink. I know, Sammy. And Big Sean says, Don, did you see the movie in costume? You know, I really wanted to, and then I realized I probably wouldn't have been allowed to go see it because I would have had my utility belt on, and I would have had to empty it out to show them that it's just filled with, like, flashlights and caramel corn and stuff. So I didn't do it, but I did wear the hat. I have a hat. Hang on, let me go grab the hat. It's obvious that Bedknobs and Broomsticks won, by the way.
Yeah, so pretty obvious. Pretty obvious.
Goodness gracious. This man kills me.
Boom, check it out. Isn't that cool? All right. I think it's cool. I think it is cool.
Have you got the Blue Beetle Whopper yet?
No. You see, my mom was trying to figure out if that was real, and I told her, I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's real. So tomorrow, I think for lunch, I'm going to go over, walk down to Burger King and see if I can get the Blue Beetle Whopper. Blue Beetle Whopper. Jesus.
Whopper.
Or the Whopple. You ever have the Whopple? That's good, too. And the Whopple's delicious.
The Whopper.
They just mollywop you. When you go in, they mollywop you, is what they do. And if you guys don't know what mollywop means, you need to watch the new Turtles film, which is also excellent. Okay, so let's see. Obviously Bedknobs won. Crushed Pete's Dragon. Which is nice and refreshing for me. I mean, I like them both. I think I'll give the edge to Bedknobs in my personal opinion. So I'm glad that it won over Pete's Dragon. But we're going to move on to the next one pretty fast here, guys. Here's the next fun one. We have the 1978 raunchy comedy. Boy, this really started off the raunchy comedy, like hits, like showed that it could be very successful.
And profitable.
Mm-hmm. We're talking Animal House. And Animal House is going up against another, I guess it's not raunchy, it's just cheeky. But fun. Blazing Saddles. So we have Animal House versus Blazing Saddles. Now, we flirted with the idea of having, what was it? It was...
Young Frankenstein?
Yeah, Young Frankenstein. versus Blazing Saddles, and then Animal House versus The Jerk, or like Airplane or something. But then we realized Airplane was 1980, and The Jerk, while a seminal film, we needed to make room for some other films, and we had 3 sections of comedy, so 6 comedic films in a row that would have fought each other. So it just didn't vibe with us, so we had to go this route. So I hope you guys enjoy this battle. We got a minute on the clock. It is Animal House versus Blazing Saddles, and it does not look good for Animal House. But we'll see. We'll see. Thank you, David. He says rad hat. I tend to think now, as a Doctor Who fan, I'm a weird Doctor Who fan. But what I tend to think is that this beetle symbol, doesn't it kind of look like a Cyberman?
A little bit.
You can see the eyes there, and on the other side, and then the mouth there. Just like a really regal or royal-looking Cyberman, which is cool. All right, so let's start counting some votes. Sal, I'm going to have you count Animal House, and Kevin, you're going to do Blazing Saddles, okay?
All right.
All right, so Sammy says Blazing Saddles. Mom says Blazing Saddles. Dad says Blazing Saddles. Lacey says Blazing Saddles. Greg says Animal House. Bonnie says Animal House all the way. Big Sean says Animal House. Ramming Speed Captain. David says Animal House. John Cataline, thanks for joining, buddy. Hope you're feeling better. Says Blazing Saddles. Enrique says another round where I love both films, but I'll give the edge to Blazing Saddles. And then Sammy says it does a tiny bit, just this tad. She's talking about the hat. And then David says Cyber Gentleman. Yes. Yeah, it kind of looked like it could be a Cyber Gentleman. So it sounds kind of like Blazing Saddles is taking it, but I could be wrong. Where am I at?
I have 6 for Blazing so far.
We got 4 for Animal.
Okay, so we have 8 now for Blazing Saddles. Maria and Jenny just voted, and they both voted for Blazing Saddles.
So that will do
This
it.
is very surprising to me. I've seen them both. I always did think that that Mel Brooks Blazing Saddles was fun, but I felt Young Frankenstein, he really hit his stride, and then straight into freaking Spaceballs, where he just boom knocked it out of the park. Okay, Blazing Saddles.
Where the white women at?
Right? Animal House is gone. Blazing Saddles moves on, and decisively too. Now we've got another fun one here, guys. We have the Battle of the Musicals, and this one was also, now we wanted Cabaret. We really wanted Cabaret. The only problem is we weren't sure how many people would know Cabaret or how fair of a battle it would be for Cabaret. Cabaret is a lovely, lovely play, and in fact, I enjoy Cabaret more so than the film that we're going to be talking about here. But it is what it is. So 1978's Grease has made its way into the battlefield here. And Grease will be taking on another musical, a really interesting one from 1975. If you're a Tim Curry fan, you're going to love this. Rocky Horror Picture Show, guys.
Oh, damn. I hate you.
So, I know. So we've got...
I hate you.
But that's exactly why we did it, buddy. So we have Grease versus the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Guys, cast your votes now. Anybody want to talk about both of these?
See, with Tim Curry, he's just an all-around master when it comes to acting, to personality, to singing, and just being in total control of the role that he always does in any movie he's in.
It's true.
But Grease, God, it has like the whole score is just immaculate, you know, from front to back. But if it's me personally, I would give it to Rocky, only because I love how diverse that movie was. When you in Grease, it's just a love story.
It's true. Rocky's a completely different style of film. You don't see them doing shadow casts of Grease, but you do see them doing shadow casts of Rocky Horror Picture Show all across the United States. So for me, it's you know. Plus, my sister kind of played Grease into the ground, so I'm pretty much over that movie and never want to see it again.
Don't blame your sister.
I have to. It's just what it is. Let's see. Okay, so Big Sal, let's have you count Rocky Horror, and Kevin, you can do Grease. Okay.
All right.
All right. So Sammy says Grease. John says Tim Curry all the way, so he's going Rocky Horror. Big Sean says Cabaret good, yeah, as in Best Picture. You're not wrong, buddy. It was fantastic. I saw it off Broadway too, and it was spectacular. And it was John Cicada in the starring role in Cabaret, which he was great. He was fantastic. He stepped in after Alan Cummings left the role, which I was trying to catch before he left, but Cicada nailed it. Bonnie says Grease. Maria says Grease. Jenny says Grease. Mom says Grease. Dad says Grease. Oh, this ain't looking good. David says Rocky Horror. Amazing and ridiculous. Lacey says these are tough. Got to go with Rocky Horror. Lacey says just you or you and Greg. Enrique says, damn it, why are you making me choose between these two? Big Sean says, seen both several times. Close, but I'm doing the time warp again for Rocky Horror. Nice. And Enrique has decided upon Rocky Horror. So we're just waiting on Lacey's response. Where are we at with these votes at this point, though?
I have 6 for Grease so far.
5 for Rocky.
No, okay, so Lacey says it's just her. So Rocky is losing by 1. So when it's just 1, we usually have to give it another 30 to a minute if we can. So I'm going to put that on there. Those of you that are watching that haven't participated yet, feel free, because there are 1 or 2 of you I can tell in there that has yet to cast their vote. Cast your vote now if you want Rocky Horror to survive and go to us to make the decision, or cast your vote for Grease to put the nail in the coffin for Rocky Horror. So we're going to give it another 30 seconds. I will say what Tim Curry did in the 70s like that was extremely brave.
Oh, yeah.
To do that performance. And what Travolta did in Grease, it's great. It's great. Don't get me wrong. It's not brave. There's nothing that he did that was, in my opinion, going to get him in any type of trouble or make people second guess his manlyhood at all. Which is probably what people did back in the 70s with Tim Curry. I don't know. All I know is Tim Curry is one of the most underrated actors of our time, and his work is seminal. Just seminal. You know,
Here.
Wish him well. Wish him well. You know, he's going through.
Yeah, I do wish him well. Like,
absolutely.
He was, man, when he played Darkness in Legend.
Scary,
crazy,
so
right?
scary.
Not even just the scary part. It's just the way he was like delivering the lines and the storytelling. You know, where he's like how he's talking to like the knight that is his mother. Oh my goodness, I'm already getting chills, and they're multiplying.
Ah, nice. Well played, sir. Well played. Well played. Okay, so we've got Grease taking it. It actually has beat Rocky Horror, and I am shook. I really am. Yeah. I did not expect this one.
That's an upset.
Okay, we're going to go to one more here. We're going to go to number 4. Number 4 is an interesting one. We weren't quite sure what to pair these up with, so we just thought let's pair them up with each other because they're both superheroes in a lot of people's minds. So we have Bruce Lee in 1973's Enter the Dragon. And that is going up against the none, the only, the one, the only, 1978's Christopher Reeve's Superman. Now, I know who Sal prefers here.
You already know.
Yep. But I want to hear what you all think. Now, Sal, you want to give us a little bit on Enter the Dragon, and then Kevin a little bit on Superman?
So Enter the Dragon was a Hollywood film, and before that time, Bruce Lee was just doing all movies in Hong Kong because Hollywood did him dirty when he pitched a show, and they stole his idea, and they turned that show into Kung Fu with David Carradine.
Oh, no
so
shit.
He took that very personal, and you know in order to clear his mind, he went to Hong Kong to pay his respects to his father's grave, and Lord of Behold, Raymond Chow found out that Bruce Lee was out there and chased him down because he wanted him to be a star in all of his movies, from like Fist of Fury, Big Boss, The Chinese Connection, all those movies that made Bruce Lee internationally famous. So when he came back to Hollywood to make Enter the Dragon, he was still working on another movie called Game of Death. But unfortunately, his time came to an end right when, like a week later after Enter the Dragon was premiered.
Yeah, he's about to blow up. He's about to blow up as a superstar.
He was about to blow up.
What happened was, wasn't it like a fan in the audience when he was at the red carpet ran his fist through his chest and pulled out his heart, like Bruce Lee's heart, right? Isn't that how he died?
No.
Yeah.
No?
What are you talking about?
That's not how he died?
Oh, it was an aspirin.
It
was a terrible reaction to an aspirin.
That's
so
it?
He was having a headache. But we don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know. This is what?
What?
You know, they were saying that's one of the causes, but I think personally what happened was the triads got him.
Oh, come on, man. Now you're going on a conspiracy route.
Bro, come on. It's true that they didn't want him teaching us martial arts. It's very known.
His former martial arts.
Oh, Enrique says that was the Temple of Doom. Okay, I'm sorry. Sometimes I get movies confused with real life.
Oh, yeah.
So the guy in the audience didn't shout Kalima, and then like.
Oh.
No, the guy that got his heart ripped out did not go Hubba Shubba, Hubba Shubba, Hubba Shubba.
Oh, you can't say that. That's racist.
Oh my God.
You're gonna get us in a lot of trouble. All right, let's do some adding up here, guys. All right, so we all know who Superman is, so let's just go. All right, you can do Enter the Dragon, Sal, and Kevin will have you count Superman, although I feel like Kevin's going to have more work. Lacey says Superman, Mom says Superman, Dad says Superman, John says Superman, Bonnie says Superman, Maria says Superman, Jenny says Superman, Big Sean says Superman, Sammy says Superman, Enrique says we're killing him, but he's voting Superman. David, Big Sal, he's voting Dragon. There you go.
David!
Finally.
You're the man, David.
Finally. I mean, it's a 10-1 slaughter, but finally someone gave some mercy.
Yep.
I don't think people like kung fu movies.
So maybe we don't do that again. Boy, Superman crushed it. All right, so on to 5. Okay, number 5. Now I had fun trying to figure this one out because we really didn't know where to place either of these films because they're big films, but they're quirky films. And if they went up against other huge films, they would struggle, I felt. Until, who was it? I think it was Chris, Dr. Turner, said, my God, man, how could you have forgotten De Niro? And I was like, oh, shit, I'm such an asshole. So we came up with A Clockwork Orange's pairing then because we weren't going to use A Clockwork Orange. And then we thought that this worked so well that we just had to do it at that point. So A Clockwork Orange versus Taxi Driver. 2 fantastically different films, but very, very groundbreaking nonetheless in their own rights, which I think is what the important unifier in these 2 films are. The cinematography is amazing. The stories are unique. The acting is exceptional. Man, they're both fantastic. If one thing I would give a 1-up on is for A Clockwork Orange, and it's because it doesn't have the same song playing on loop. So there's that going for it over Taxi Driver. But otherwise, they're both fantastic. So we have Black Korean Chick is on. Thanks for joining. And,
yeah, that's one of my friends on Xbox.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, thank you for joining.
Thanks for joining us.
So we have the beautifully done Clockwork Orange going up against the beautifully done Taxi Driver. I'm going to put a minute on the clock. We're going to start that now. You guys, there's plenty of you to cast your votes. Let's see some votes roll in. Let's get some participation while I sip my Blue Beetle cocktail, celebrating the film that is out in theaters right now that you should immediately go see because it actually is one of the best films of the year. It's fantastic.
I'm gonna start calling riots Code Donnie because this is the stuff that's gonna cause riots. You're gonna put up Kubrick against Scorsese right now. This is what you're doing right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm
This
doing.
is what you're doing right now?
Yeah. Why not? Let's have some fun.
This is like this. You don't put this in the first round though, but I see why you did it.
Yeah. No, I had to. Enrique says, Sal, I love kung fu movies. I feel bad I let Bruce Lee down. Aw.
It's okay. I understand. I don't know what compared to Enter the Dragon and the first Superman. I think Superman's first movie had a weaker story than Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon. In my opinion, because number one,
And we're
that's
still
the one
talking
where
about this, huh? Okay.
I'm just saying, like Christopher Reeve's scream. Come on.
Yeah, Sal ain't gonna let it go. He's gonna show up on Thursday at the shop.
What a Bruce Lee shirt
with
punching Superman.
probably with a bandana and shirtless, and then go like that, doing some kung fu shit and some flips and kicks.
I'm gonna rip my shirt off.
Jeet Kune Do.
Let's see. David says, "Oh no, can I vote for A Clockwork Taxi?" No.
Oh.
Okay, so let's do this. Sal count Clockwork Orange and Kevin count Taxi Driver. Big Sean says Clockwork Orange, my droogies. Druggies? I can't remember. Let's see. Where are we at? There we go. Okay, so John says Clockwork Orange. Bonnie says Taxi Driver. Mom says, sorry, haven't watched either. You or Dad haven't seen either one of these? Oh, come on. All right. Well, I can't. Man, that's a tough one. Enrique says, again, you're killing me here. Clockwork. He's going Clockwork. David Phelps popping in. Hello, David. Says Clockwork. David says Clockwork officially. Maria says Clockwork. Jenny says Clockwork. Black Crown EP, thanks for joining. Says Taxi Driver. Love Sybil Shepherd. Yes, she was fantastic. David says, no way, Sal. Superman's better. And I can't blame him for that. And Enrique says, thank you, Cyrus Reed. And that's Big Sal, Enrique. And Sammy says Clockwork Orange. So where are we at on this?
8 with Orange.
Yeah, I only have 2 for Taxi.
Whoa!
So this is a slaughter.
This is amazing. I did not expect this, guys.
Oh,
actually, I did.
You did?
I was definitely expecting that.
I mean, at one point we were going to put Taxi Driver up against The Godfather. I can only imagine what that would have been like.
Oh, man.
Dear Lord. Okay, so there we go. So moving on to 6. 6 is a fun one. You guys might struggle with this one, and you're probably going to hate me again, Enrique, and I'm sorry. But we have the thriller with Gene Hackman, and Roy Schneider, The French Connection.
Not my Doyle.
Just a fun film. I saw that not too long ago at the Egyptian Theater for the first time and really enjoyed it. And it is going up against another film I saw for the first time at the Egyptian Theater and absolutely adored it, and that is Chinatown. So we have, yes, we did that. We have The French Connection versus Chinatown. That is happening, guys.
Damn. Oh,
go ahead, cast your vote. I'm so sorry, Sal. Love me or hate me.
I can't even imagine next week's 80s. Like that one's gonna be. That's prime time year.
Here, first of all, here's the thing: if people drop out of that want to be on the show, they're crazy because
they're insane.
The 80s starts the real bread and butter of everybody around our age. You know,
for sure.
And there's so many seminal films, and a lot of the stuff that they brought forth in the 80s is carried on to this day. And like slasher films, in other words.
Got those John Hughes movies about teenage angst and
comedies, everything.
Comedies, you name it.
We are going to struggle real hard to boil down the 80s into just 16 films. We really are. In fact, it would be great if everybody got on our Facebook page. And if you're not a friend of the Real Short Box, you should be. Get on Friends of the Real Short Box and just make a request to be with Friends of the Real Short Box. We'll get you on there. And then just let us know what films you think should be included. And then we can start cycling through those. But I'm going to put a minute on the clock while I rambled on. What do you guys think? Is there a better film here?
Oof, it's a
No.
toughie.
No.
I
For
mean, these
me,
are-
I would give it to Jack Nicholson because I just loved the character that he was in Chinatown,
Mm-hmm.
and the French Connection is also a good one for me, but I would have to give it more, with Jack.
Okay, so I feel like since neither of my parents have seen either one of these films, I think I can watch both of these films with them. So I feel like watching
good.
The French Connection
Yeah, you
and
should.
Chinatown would be a good thing for my parents since they haven't seen them.
You should show them Clockwork Orange as well.
John hasn't seen either one. Bonnie hasn't seen either one. Mom and Dad hasn't seen either one. So here we go, I guess. Sal, French Connection. Kevin, Chinatown.
all right.
Maria says French Connection. Jenny says French Connection. Black Crown says Chinatown. David says Chinatown. Big Sean says no contest, Chinatown. Enrique says, what the fuck, I'm dying here. Stop it. You're tearing me apart. Chinatown. So where are we at on the numbers, guys?
4 for Chinatown.
2 for French Connection.
Only 2 for French Connection, really? Huh. Wow.
Yeah, Maria and her sister, friend, whatever.
Yeah, her friend. Wow, okay. So it looks like Chinatown's going to take it over French Connection.
Sean just voted for
Yeah,
Chinatown.
Sean, thank you for joining. He's putting the nail in the coffin. Chinatown takes it over French Connection, which I'm not shocked about, to be honest. But there is going to be quite a battle, and this is the one, I think. This is the one that a lot of people are going to struggle with. And that is 1973's Pea Shooting Exorcist. What a fantastic film. And that is going up against another fantastic film from 1978. And we're talking about Zombie Time. We're talking about Dawn of the Mother Effing Dead. So Dawn of the Dead versus The Exorcist, guys. Jeez.
So Demonic Child versus the Undead.
Yeah. So what do you guys think?
How dare you?
Both are 2 very classic films, horror movies in the 70s, defined an era. I mean, The Exorcist, and of course, God rest the soul of William Friedkin, who passed away recently, and also God rest the soul of George Romero, who passed away a few years ago. So you can't go wrong with either one. Different topics, but both had a message. So Dawn of the Dead talks about consumerism, right? You see the zombies in the mall. They're still having some urge to shop, but they don't understand why they're shopping. And just like in real life, people go shopping and don't realize why they're shopping. It's just something they just do robotically. And then, of course, The Exorcist, whether you're a person of faith or not, or you're just creeped out by, being possessed, scary movie, holds up after 50 years. A very frightening film. And I know Donald, he loves movies with frightening children doing frightening things.
Not really my favorite, but I did like this film. I like both films, actually, greatly. And I even like the remake of Dawn of the Dead as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
Zack
yeah.
Snyder.
Yeah, that's probably Zack Snyder's best movie, or one of his top 2 best movies, to be honest with you.
You watch your mouth, Kevin.
I'm serious.
All right.
It's like a top 2 movie from him.
Here we go. Sal, Exorcist. Kevin, Dawn of the Dead. All right, so John Cataline says Dawn of the Dead. Sammy says Exorcist. Mom and Dad have not seen either. Wow.
Wow.
David says Exorcist. Lacey says Exorcist. Maria says, Jenny says Dawn of the Dead, but I'm still thinking. Okay, so another one for Dawn of the Dead. Oh. Take one away from Dawn of the Dead and give that to The Exorcist. John has changed his mind, I think, or hit the wrong button on the keyboard. Bonnie says, oh man, this is a hard one. 2 of the few horror movies I've seen and actually liked. Enrique says, damn it. I know, buddy. We did this all with you in mind. Bonnie says, I think I'm going to go Dawn of the Dead. Maria's finally decided she's going Exorcist. Big Sean says, interesting. Agree with Kevin's views. Voting on Dawn of the Dead. Just not much of a fan of Exorcist. David Phelps says Dawn of the Dead. Black Crown EP says Exorcist, and Sean McGean says Dawn of the Dead. So where are we at, guys, with these votes?
I have 5 for Dawn of the Dead.
6 for The Exorcist.
Oh, you got to be
Tight.
shitting me. All right,
Tight.
we're going to do another minute while other people decide if they want to vote.
It's a tiebreaker now.
It's a tiebreaker.
Are you serious?
Wait.
We got a tiebreaker?
Yep. Enrique just popped in and said zombies, so he's going Dawn of the Dead.
Oh my goodness.
So it is
wow. Oh my goodness! So
Yeah.
we have to go to the Supreme Council.
Well,
Supreme
we've got
Court.
45 seconds to go between Jesus, and I don't know what I'm gonna do between me, Sal, and Kevin. Jeez,
I may have to flip a coin, to be honest with you.
I might have
I
to
have to flip a
abstain
coin.
and just see.
How things play out.
Yeah, I mean, we could always just go to the coins too. I have a whole trash can full of coins now, just full of coins, guys.
This is like Chuck E.
Coins.
Cheese coins.
Coins for flipping to decide who wins and who loses in these epic battles like this. I wasn't joking around. I got a ton of coins in here. I'm ready to rock and roll with these coins whenever we're ready.
What was that thing that kids used to play, like late 80s, early 90s, where you had to throw a coin on or a plastic?
You talking about Pogs?
That's what you got.
Slammers. I got some slammers.
Some slammies.
All right, guys, it's come to us. It's come to the Legion of Doom here, and we have to make the decision now if it's going to be Dawn of the Dead or The Exorcist.
All right, Justice Sal, what sayeth you?
For me, it's going to be Dawn of the Dead. Just because it's a fun film.
Big Sean, which coins are you talking about? The trash can. What do you?
I feel like The Exorcist is more about, traumatizing people because it scared a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Dawn of the Dead. So you said Dawn of the Dead, Sal?
Yeah, I said Dawn of the Dead. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Justice Donald?
Okay, so if I'm gonna go with what scared me more, what set an atmosphere, I feel like Dawn of the Dead, while it did talk about consumerism and stuff, and it did have a lot to say about that, and it did kind of it kind of brought out more. It fleshed out, but lack of a better word, the zombie world in Dawn of the Dead. I feel like it didn't set that much new trek, in other words, because we already had Night of the Living Dead. So I guess just based upon the fact that this legitimately scared me and still scares me to this day, I'm going to go Exorcist.
Okay.
You're the tiebreaker.
Looks like I am a tiebreaker. Well, I had to do a flip. I had to do a flip of the coin in my mind because both of these movies I definitely love and appreciate. I am going to go with Dawn of the Dead because when I think of these movies, it's had such an impact to this day. There would be no Walking Dead. There'd be all these video games like Resident Evil. It's so influential. Now, Exorcist is, of course, an influential movie, too, but just look at the context of where we are in the 21st century, you look at how the world is today, I think Dawn of the Dead, I'm going to go with that one.
Okay, so Kevin and Sal chose incorrectly and went with Dawn of the Dead. Big Sean, I think I got it. I'm going to say, I think at the Dollar Tree, weirdly enough. I'm pretty sure it was like either Big Lots or the Dollar Tree, but I think it was the Dollar Tree. So it was like $1.50 or $2 or something. It was cheap. I was using it for pens for a while, and then now I use it for my coin collection. But it is cute. You can set it on your desk and stuff. Let's see here. Okay, so that's it. Exorcist is done. Dawn of the Dead moves on. And we have another interesting battle here that I think is going to make Enrique just shit his pants.
The final first round battle? Yes, it will.
Clint Eastwood in what year was this? 1978, 79?
71.
Oh, was it 71? Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Dirty Harry. And that is going up against...
another 1971 movie.
Oh, you're damn right.
John Shaft.
Boom. That's right. Yeah. So we've got two bad mother effers going up against each other. I really like this one. I think it was you that brought this up, Kevin. And then I was like, oh, well, we already have Charles Bronson's Death Wish against Dirty Harry. And you're like, oh, okay, well, then go with that. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, man, I think he was right. I think Shaft would be a good opponent to Dirty Harry because, like they're both very... very strong personalities, and I know Death Wish, Bronson's more the quiet type, I, and that works, I guess, with Dirty Harry to a point. But man, I really like this pairing, Dirty Harry versus Shaft.
And it's gonna be the gritty San Francisco cop against the gritty New York private eye.
So Enrique says, "Damn it, I just shit myself. Damn it." Big Sean says, "Oh, come on." And okay, we've got some votes coming in. Okay, guys, here we go. All right, Big Sal, you can count Dirty Harry. Kevin, you can count Shaft.
All right.
And I didn't do that for that reason. Shut up. I look at order. Dirty Harry's on the left. Shaft's on the right. So, John, I know what you're thinking. John says Shaft for the theme alone. Lacey says Dirty Harry. Sean McGean says Dirty Harry. Jenny says Dirty Harry. Maria says Dirty Harry. Mom says Shaft. And Dad says Dirty Harry.
Split.
Uh-huh. David says Shaft. And Sammy says Dirty Harry. So it sounds like Dirty Harry's edging out.
Yeah, I have 3 for Shaft, and I believe it's probably 6 for Dirty, right?
Yep. Dirty Harry's doubled the amount. So
gonna need a little miracle in the next few seconds.
Yep, we're gonna give it a couple more seconds and see. And then I have a special surprise. And it's not the Blue Beetle movie that I think everybody should go see in theaters to support the Blue Beetle, because I worked really hard on 4 seasons of this. So I expect you all to go see it, and I will shame you publicly if you do not. So go see the Blue Beetle in theaters.
He will come to your house and personally shame you.
Shame! I have like the little bell and everything. Big Sean says Dirty Harry. Nail in the coffin. It's over.
Yep.
All right.
Well, Enrique actually did go with Shaft, so it's kind of still in the same boat, but we've given it enough time.
All right. Well, now it's time for the quarterfinals.
Nope, it's time for a surprise.
Oh, wait. Is that the surprise thing you were telling me about?
Yep.
Oh.
We have some big guns that are entering the ring, guys. These big guns are for fun, but may have a chance of entering. So what we're going to do is we're going to do these battles, and then the two will fight each other. And if one annihilates the other, versus being like, 1-by-1 or whatever, we will throw them into the actual finals, the quarterfinals or whatever we're doing. So we've got the battles set up here. First off, battle number 1. The 1978 horror thriller, Halloween. Yes, John, this is why we were asking if you wanted to be on.
Still holds up to this day.
And Halloween is going up against the 1979 sci-fi classic, Alien.
Oh, man.
Yes,
Michael Myers versus the Xenomorph.
Mm-hmm. Kevin, I think you gave me a photo. Is this of Alien?
Yeah, don't you remember? That's on the
the derelict. Okay.
Yeah, the derelict.
Right. Mr. Sean, Big Sean says The Sting versus Star Wars. No, that's not it. No. That's not the surprise. John says Halloween without even seeing the other one. John Hamilton popped in. Thanks for joining, John. Is John Hamilton a new person?
No, he's been on before. He's one of my coworkers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been a few months, but he's been on.
It's been a few. Okay. Well, my memory is very limited, so thank you for rejoining then.
It's because you're drinking too much Blue Beetle juice.
That blue stuff. Drinking too much of that blue stuff.
I've had just a little bit of the Blue Beetle drink. Not a lot of it, just a little bit. And it's delightful. Go see the Blue Beetle in theaters. I know I should make some and bring it.
Yeah, you should.
Because it actually is super tasty. Let's go. All right. I have the clock going, but let's just start counting them. Big Sal, you're going to be Halloween. Kevin, you're an alien.
Of course I am.
So John says Halloween, and then other John says Halloween. Black Crown says, I'm very upset that 1979's The Muppets movie is not included somewhere in this battle. Sorry, Black Crown. Lacey says Michael, of course. She's going Halloween. Maria says Alien for Jenny, Halloween for her. Big Sean says Alien. Sammy says Halloween, obviously. Enrique says, dude, this episode. John says, what's up? Good evening. Mom says Alien. Dad says Alien. Black Crown says Alien. Sean says Alien. Jeez. Enrique says so tough, and he's going Alien. David says Alien. Wow. I'm shocked. I'm shook. What's the score here?
Wow, what a comeback. Alien has 8.
5 for Michael.
I think that's it. I think Alien dominated that round.
I think the acid from the xenomorph has somehow, some way melted Michael Myers.
Yeah.
There we go. David, thank you, Phelps. He says, buy multiple tickets for Blue Beetle, even if you don't see it. Donald needs a win. Yes, he does. And he also added Alien. So Alien decisively took that round. Sorry, John.
Damn, that's crazy. I'm not mad about it, but damn.
Here's the next battle. Brutal. And you think about it. Whoever wins this one has to go up against Alien. So here we go.
That's true. That's true.
We have the... Oh, wait. Is it under? It is. You mess with me. You're going to mess with 1972. We're talking about The Godfather from 1972. Coppola classic. And that film is going up against, yes, none other than 1975's crazy, awe-inspiring action genre film, monster movie, whatever you want to call it, Jaws.
So basically you're putting the first big blockbuster of the 1970s against, well, one of the other big blockbusters of the 1970s,
yep.
Jaws.
Yep, that what defined mobster movies and dramas against what defined a summer action film. And we'll see where we're at. Minute on the clock.
The summer action film.
I am going to be shocked if something happens. I'm going to be absolutely shocked if something happens.
I feel like Jaws was more impactful movie to me.
Oh, man. Mom and Dad have never seen Jaws? Okay, guys, we're watching Jaws when I come home. We don't have to watch Godfather, please. I don't need that. It's kind
Godfather 2 is better.
I get it, but it's long. I don't want to make them sit through a 3.5, 4 hour long movie. We'll just watch Jaws and be done. This one's gonna be tough, guys. Sal, you're gonna do the Godfather. Kevin, you're counting Jaws. You guys ready? Boy,
ready.
This is gonna be tough. Oof. John says the Godfather. Black Crown says Jaws. Comic Book Ninja, thank you for joining. Says Godfather. Sammy says, I know Maria's answer. Hey, Ward, director of the Multiverse, is on. He says, yo, what's up, gentlemen? What's up with you, buddy? I saw you in a clip for the action, the wrestling. What is it? It's Real, Real Action Pro Wrestling. There we go. RAPW. Yeah, I saw you in one of those clips. Let's see. Sammy says Jaws. Bonnie says Jaws. Maria says Jaws. Sean McGean says The Godfather. John Hamilton says Jaws. David says you're going to need a bigger box. Jaws, baby. Jenny votes The Godfather. Ward says at real... Okay, he's talking to John. And... Oh, Mom, you need to watch Jaws. It's great. It's actually really good. Lacey says Greg, Godfather. Me, Jaws. David says Jaws. Big Sean says Godfather, not the kind of genres to compare. Oh, thank you for scorning us. Jeez. Okay, Dad. And Ward says I have to go with Godfather. So where are we at, guys?
I have 7 for God.
I have 8 for Jaws.
All right, this is too close. We're going to do another minute and go.
Well, now it's tied. Enrique said Godfather.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Enrique did. You're right.
It's another tie.
Yeah.
Boy, this
Mom,
sucks.
How about we have an edible? I'll come home. We'll have an edible, and then we'll watch Jaws. Huh?
You're gonna make her hate the ocean.
Well, we live by the river, and there's no sharks there, so I think we're fine.
Oof.
Are there alligators?
There's no gators either. No, there's just catfish. There's fish with mustaches.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's tied. We got 20 seconds left. If there's no tiebreaker, it comes to us, the council here. 13 seconds. So if anybody wants to cast their vote, cast it now. Otherwise, it's going to us in 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, David says they just found a shark in a river in Idaho. Why not Ohio? Oh, everybody does get those confused, so there we go. Yeah, dude, you weren't sitting, though. You were in the front row going like that. Okay, here we go. Guys, gentlemen. Kevin, what are you going with?
Oof, another tough one. Oh, boy, I'm going to go with The Godfather.
Big Sal.
I'm going with Jaws.
Well, I got news for you. I made you an offer you can't refuse, and that offer is Jaws. We knew it was coming. So
wow,
Jaws.
That was so douchey. That was douchey.
Just Jaws wins. All right. So here's the semifinal on this one, okay? On this section. This is the battle to get into the fight. Now we have the 1979 film Alien. Yes, we've brought it back. Alien is now...
The Xenomorph is going against the Great White Shark?
Mm-hmm, yep.
Ooh.
That'd be an interesting underwater battle, I think. All right, so we have Alien versus Jaws, guys, and we're going to put a minute on the clock for you guys to vote. Now, that means what happens is that whoever wins the next round in the first battle has to go up against one of these films. I think it's the first round, or is it the second round? I can't remember which. We'll figure it out.
The quarterfinals.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got some votes coming in. All right. Big Sal, you're an Alien. Kevin, you're Jaws.
Racist.
Lacey says, wow. Lacey says Jaws. Mom says Alien. Dad says Alien. Enrique says nothing. Maria says Jaws. Jenny says Jaws. Black Crown says Alien. Tracy Lou, thanks for joining, Tracy, says Jaws. Sammy says Shark for the win. She's going Jaws. Ward is going with Alien. John Hamilton says Jaws. Big Sean says Alien. Bonnie says Jaws. David says Alien. Sean McGean says, where are the Jack Nicholson movies? He was the actor who was the king of the 70s. He's in here, Sean McGean. You just missed him. He's still here, though. Comic Book Ninja says Alien. Enrique says Alien. Where are we at, guys? Oh, David Phelps says Jaws.
I have 8 for Jaws.
I have 8 for Alien.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, good Lord. Are we going to be doing this again?
Hang on.
Oh.
Nope. Sean McGean just voted for Alien.
Oh, now it's 9-8.
So Alien's in the lead, but it's really tight, so we'll give it a minute. We're going to give it a minute. I don't know, because this is this tight. I don't know if either one deserves to be in the battle. What do you think, guys?
I mean, it's not a surprise because both films are super iconic.
Yeah, but it's not a blowout either. We kind of wanted a blowout to be able to make it into the battle.
Between these two films, no, it's going to be a tight one.
All right, guys. We got 30 seconds left. Anybody else voting? Otherwise, it goes to Alien, right? By 1.
Yep.
By 1, yeah.
We got 20 seconds left. If you want Jaws to make it, you got to vote for Jaws. Otherwise, Alien is making it in.
Mel Raz.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Melissa. All right.
Oh,
well, I guess that
nail in the coffin.
That
Melissa is voting Alien over Jaws. Done.
Yeah, it's done.
Sorry, Maria. Alien wins. Jaws is gone. And now we have to put Alien into the battles. So that was pretty hard fought for Alien. So let's give Alien a minute off, and let's go with the next fight here. Next round, first round winner of the first battle was Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Bedknobs and Broomsticks is a delightful animated and live-action blended genre film from Disney that is a delight to the senses, starring Angela Lansbury. And that is going up against a comedy of epic proportions.
Mel Brooks.
One, yeah.
Blazing Saddles. This is weird. This is a weird matchup.
I was just thinking that, like,
It's totally weird.
The transition is just so.
It's a super weird matchup, guys, but we'll make it work. That's how we do it.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
Mm-hmm. So we've got Bedknobs and Broomsticks versus Blazing Saddles, everybody. So what's going on? Oh, John Cataline throws in a Jaws at the last second. Sorry, John. He still would have lost.
Yeah.
He would have tied if Melissa hadn't popped in, but it is what it is.
So let me ask you, if you were to go on a date,
Mm-hmm.
and your date tells you they've never seen these two movies, which movie are you going to start off with her?
Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Okay. You, Kevin?
Probably Blazing Saddles. If I was going to go on
Yeah,
such on it.
that fart scene is a real crowd pleaser with the ladies, I'm sure. Like, you invite them over and you're like, hey, pull my finger while this goes on in the background.
Number one, if
You're
a
really
woman,
going to win them over. You're
if
really
a
going to win them
woman
over.
if a woman can laugh,
It doesn't
at a fart
matter.
Joke, if a woman can laugh at a fart joke, Donnie, she's a freaking keeper. Okay, bro?
Yeah? Really?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I happen to know a plethora of women that laugh at fart jokes, and let me tell you something, Sal. They're not
Tell me.
keepers. They're not keepers.
Uh,
But I'll introduce you to them nonetheless.
no.
Yeah. No.
If-
No, because it works for you. If it works for you, yeah, it's fine.
If they've been on the Donnie train, nah.
No. They've never been on the D train, buddy. They've never been on the
Hanzo
D train.
Hazashi. Hello, Hanzo Hazashi.
Oh, Hanzo popped in. Have we had Hanzo on here before?
I believe so. I think one time.
Last one for the Battle of the 60s.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
Cool. Thank you for coming back. We are now in the Battle of the 70s, and we are counting votes. Bedknobs and Broomsticks versus Blazing Saddles. Sal, you are Bedknobs. Kevin, you are Blazing. Here we
All right.
go. Black Crown, Blazing Saddles. David, Blazing Saddles. Maria, Blazing Saddles. And that's Jenny. Maria says Bedknobs. John Hamilton says Bedknobs. Tracy says Bedknobs. Mom says Bedknobs. Dad says Bedknobs. Sean McGean says Blazing Saddles. Enrique says this whole episode is tough. Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Big Sean says Blazing Saddles. A weirder might have been Bedknobs versus Alien. That you're right. It might have been. Comic Book Ninja says Blazing Saddles. Hanzo says Blazing Saddles. John Cataline says Blazing Saddles. David Phelps says Blazing Saddles. Ward, director of the Multiverse, says Catch Me If You Can. I think you're in the wrong show. Oh, it is. Okay, so it's Philippe. That's right. You just changed your name. That's why I got confused. Okay, there we go. Sammy says Blazing Saddles. Melissa says Blazing Saddles. And Bonnie, bless your heart, says Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I don't think Bedknobs stood a chance.
Yeah. It's a wipeout.
Okay, so that's great. So then that means Blazing Saddles will move on. But here's the thing. Who's it going to move on against? Because guess what? Guys? Guess what? We have a new contestant entering the ring to challenge Blazing Saddles.
I'm Blazing Saddle. Why not somebody else?
And that is
Oh, come on.
Alien.
No,
Yep.
not this matchup. No.
Alien
do it,
is
do it
now
for the next one.
against
do it for the next one.
Blazing
Oh.
Saddles. You've got 1 minute on the shot
come
clock.
on, man.
And
For the next
go.
one.
And
come
go.
on,
Watch
Donald.
Kevin lose his mind, everybody, as
on.
Blazing Saddles takes on Alien.
No. You'll see the logic behind this, because if you would save Alien for the next matchup, it would have made more sense. Like the winner of the next matchup.
Technically, no. I'm
Yes.
correct. Just think about it. Re-look it over, buddy. I'm correct on this one. Trust me.
You're wrong. I'm right. Ex facto. You work for me.
No, just think about it. Just think about it. It's okay. Just think about it. We got Blazing Saddles versus Alien. Let's see what happens. Guys, this is going to be fun.
You know, Mel Brooks would slap you for this. You know that, right?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so Let's see. Mel said, Bonnie said, bed knobs. David, aliens is okay. So let's count them. Sal, alien, and Kevin, your bed knob, blazing saddles. So David says alien. Melissa says alien. Ward says alien. Mom says alien. Dad says alien. Comic Book Ninja says alien. Tracy says alien. This is tough. Black Crown EP says blazing saddles. John Cataline says alien. Sean McGee says alien. Maria says blazing saddles. Jenny says blazing saddles. Sammy says blazing saddles. Mr. Big Sean says I'm with David, alien. But seriously, so we got another for alien. Enrique says, dude, I just got clean and shit myself again. Stop it, Donald. John Hamilton says alien. Hanzo or Philippe says alien. Enrique says blazing saddles and David says alien. It sounds like a wipeout and alien took it. Am I wrong?
I got 13 for alien.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, Kevin, don't be mad, bro.
No, I knew this was going to happen. That's why it would have made more sense to me had they put this against the next matchup.
Well,
winner of the next matchup.
It still could happen, Kevin. So relax for a second. Relax. It's going to be okay. We have next matchup, Greece. And Greece is going up against... Because think about it. If one doesn't win, either way it's going to happen if one wins. But if the one doesn't win, then it would have never happened anyway. Am I right?
Not necessarily.
Yes, 100%. 100% necessarily. Yes. I'm always right, Kevin.
All right, we'll see. We shall see.
All right.
That's
So,
snobby attitude.
we have, well, I'll explain it in a minute. We have Grease versus Superman. And go, guys. Superman would squash the shit out of John Travolta and then use some of his pomade or whatever that's in his hair to do his little flip curl, and then he would fly off with Olivia Newton-John and be like, Lois who?
And the Grease Lightning car.
Yep. Let's see here. Big Sean says the 12 Chairs was a bigger Mel Brooks movie right before Blazing Saddles. It was a better Mel Brooks movie. I've never seen it. Have you seen it, Kevin? 12 Chairs?
Which one?
The 12 Chairs.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Big Sal, have you seen it?
Never even knew it.
But it's a better film, says Big Sean.
Well,
I mean, it could be better. Nobody just doesn't know about it. It's
like I told you. I found out that Stay Hungry was an Arnold movie, and he won a global award for that movie.
All right, let's start counting. Sal, you're Grease. Kevin, you're Superman. Okay. Black Crown EP says Superman. Mom says Superman. Dad says Superman. Real Action Pro Wrestling says Superman. Melissa says why? Well, why not? David says Grease. Ward says Superman. 1978. Bro, I'm a huge DC fan. Big Sean says Superman. Bonnie says Grease. Tracy says Superman. David says this is so unfair of a matchup. Sean McGee says Superman the movie. Maria says Grease. Jenny says Grease. John Hamilton says Superman. Sammy says Grease. Enrique says Superman. Philippe says Grease is the only musical that I like, but I'll go with Superman for this one. Comic Book Ninja says Superman's still the best superhero movie. Big Sean says Stay Hungry is excellent. David says this is Lex Luthor. Only one thing alive with less than 4 legs can hear this frequency. Superman, and that's you. Ward says Christopher Reeve version of The Man of Steel is my favorite. And where are we at with this, guys?
13 for Superman.
5 for Grease Lightning.
And David Phelps almost forgot to vote for Superman. He just cast his vote. Sean McGee says, did you guys put Mean Streets or Taxi Driver into the competition earlier? Yes.
Yes.
Taxi Driver already lost. It lost to A Clockwork Orange. Mean Streets did not make it because not many people would know what that is.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So Superman moves on.
Oh, damn. Now I see why you did that.
There we go. And now we have, let's see, a Clockwork Orange from 1971.
Going against Jack Nicholson in 1974.
It's a good matchup. I like this one.
Chinatown.
Yeah.
Wow.
Roman Polanski versus Stanley Kubrick.
This is a great one. This is a great matchup. I'm going to put a minute on the clock, guys. Let's freaking go.
Malcolm McDowell.
Man,
Up after
and
this
what
movie.
a huge starring role for him too.
To me, this is a no-brainer. So I'll be very surprised if this movie doesn't make it to the next round.
Well, Chinatown or Clockwork Orange?
Clockwork. Clockwork was just phenomenal. Like, don't get me wrong. Chinatown is a very good movie, but for my kind of taste, Clockwork Orange.
I actually agree with you, Sal. You know, what's interesting, Clockwork Orange was originally rated X.
Yeah,
They were,
it was. The crazy thing is that, do you know the fight scene? They took so long to do that fight scene and perfect it that whole stage that they did. It's accumulated like that because they kept redoing the fight scene. Come
Really?
get in the yobbles if you got any.
All right, guys. Big Sal, you're Clockwork. Kevin, you are Chinatown. You might not have much to do, Kevin.
oh, probably not.
Let's see.
Like I said, I would be
Sean
very
McGean
surprised.
says interesting. Ward says hell yeah. Mom and Dad say no vote here. Like Chinatown, I think we should watch because it's a Jack Nicholson movie and Dad's favorite actor is Jack Nicholson. So I don't understand why he hasn't seen it. Maria says Jenny says Clockwork. Maria's going Chinatown. Enrique says so tough. Ward, I think, may have left. Mel says Clockwork. Tracy says Clockwork. David's up for a bit of the ultra violence. He's going Clockwork. Comic Book Ninja is going Clockwork. David Phelps is going Clockwork. Mr. Sean, Big Sean says no. It's an unfair matchup. Psy, Clockwork Orange. It's not an unfair matchup. It's a great matchup. You're just voting for the wrong film. Sean McGean says tough one. I love Jack, but A Clockwork Orange was a new threshold in cinema. Enrique says Clockwork, and Philippe says Chinatown. So it sounds kind of like Clockwork ran away with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Pretty much.
He stole the kids' candy and ran with it.
Okay, so Clockwork takes it, and we're going to move on. This is going to be an interesting fight, but really quickly, before we move on, I just want to mention, by the way, I got a message from Richard, a buddy of ours, Kevin, that used to work at ArcLight, and he says, cheers, Donald. Your admiration, passion, and love for Blue Beetle is enough for me to take your word for it. I really enjoyed your Blue Beetle series. That's really nice. That's really
That's
nice.
nice of him.
And I think he's going to go see the Blue Beetle movie because of that.
Excellent.
So, yeah. So thank you, Richard, if you ever do watch this live show. I appreciate you, buddy. And I'll mention that in my response, too. Let's see. Big Sean says, Clockwork had to cease shooting to secure rights to Singing in the Rain after they shot the one scene. McDowell improvised it on the spot.
Also, the movie was banned in the UK for quite a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so next one. You guys ready?
Yes.
We've got, speaking of ultra violence, we've got Dawn of the Dead.
Going against a very ultra-violent cop. Dirty Harry. You know what? That would be an interesting crossover movie. Dirty Harry meets Dawn of the Dead.
And if AI has its say, we may still yet see that.
That's true.
Dude, that's basically Red Dead Redemption 1 with the undead DLC right there.
Oh, that's right. That's
It's
true.
basically,
DLC.
he's Rick Grimes, and they're the
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually is pretty brilliant. Yeah.
He's like, go ahead, zombies.
Make my day. Yeah. Yeah.
You feel lucky, punk? You get rotten corpse.
Here we go. Let's start counting some votes, guys. Mom, when I come home, we'll watch Dawn of the Dead and Dirty Harry. We'll do a Dawn of the Dirty Harry Dead. No, she will not watch either one of these films. So never mind. Never mind. It will not happen. Okay, Big Sal, you're Dawn of the Dead. Kevin, you're Dirty Harry. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so John Cataline says Dawn of the Dead. Sean McGean says originally the Rolling Stones had the rights to A Clockwork Orange in the mid-'60s, and they were planning to star in it. Oh, no shit. Mom, no vote. Dad, no vote. Maria, Dawn of the Dead. Jenny, Dawn of the Dead. David, Dawn of the Dead. Bonnie, Dawn of the Dead. Enrique, Dawn of the Dead. Mom says nope. Big Sean, Dirty Harry, punk. Melissa says Dawn of the Dead. And then John says, "Now I need to see this crossover, right?" Sean, and it could still happen. I mean,
Yep.
while he's still with us. Sean McGean says Dirty Harry. Philippe says Dawn of the Dead. Sammy says Dawn of the Dead. Every dirty job, Dirty Harry, says Comic Book Ninja. So he's going Dirty Harry. So where are we at on these votes? Sounds like Dawn of the Dead kind of ran away with it.
Yeah, it's a beatdown. Harry only has like 3 votes.
I got 9 for Zom.
Yep.
Okay. All right, David Phelps throwing in a Dirty Harry at the last second.
That doesn't matter.
All right, so here we go. This is the battle of, what is this the battle of, Kevin? Go ahead. You can say it now.
The battle of, well, this actually did happen in a comic book crossover.
Yes, it did. And who won in that one?
Gosh, you know what? I don't remember. Oh, I mean, it had to be Kal-El, right?
Yes, of course.
Yes, it had to be Kal-El.
Yeah. So Alien versus Superman, guys. We have a defining sci-fi drama film versus a defining comic book film. One that people used as a mold for many films to come in both.
A template.
Yes, in both genres. So Alien versus Superman. This is what this show is all about. These kind of battles right here. And I love that happened. Now,
I have issue 1 of 3 and 2 of 3, and I'm missing 3 of 3.
I swore I got you 3 of 3, buddy.
No, you got me 3 of 4 for Superman and Predator.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I thought I got that. All right, so here we go. Kevin, what would have happened if I had put Alien in the next one? It would have been Grease versus Superman, right? So if Superman had beaten Grease, then Superman would have gone up against Alien. So either way, Superman was going to go up against Alien. Yeah.
It would have happened anyway.
Yes, exactly.
See, that's why he's right, and he's always right, and you're wrong.
I see.
Yeah, I mean, you can say it out loud if you want, Kevin, but yeah,
Wow.
I understand. Verbally, you don't need to. I understand.
What would happen if a facehugger got on Kal-El, though?
I believe his
that'd be
frost
pretty bad.
breath could like freeze it, or his laser vision could maybe turn down and burn it, or his super strength could just pull it off of himself.
But what if he was infected?
If they implanted in his body, I don't know that the chest burster could actually burst out of the chest. So you might have a situation where it's inside working his internals to operate Superman like a mecha robot or some shit.
But it would be,
Kind of like Krang. Kind of like Krang in that way.
Yeah, could very well be. Okay, so Big Sal, you're Alien. Kevin, you're Superman. You guys ready? Let's rock this.
Ready.
Let's see where this went. I have no idea. I'm super stoked.
Let's rock.
Let's see. Mom says, Dad says he will watch Dirty Harry with you. Oh, that's cool. Sean says, yeah, Mick Jagger would have been Alex, and Keith Richards and Brian Jones would have been the other Drooges. Mom says Superman. Dad says Superman. Bonnie says Alien. Maria says Alien. Jenny says Alien. Sean McGean says Superman. David says Alien. Comic Book Ninja says Superman. Mel says I love them both. Black Crown AP says Alien. Tracy says Superman. Sean McGean says Superman. Enrique says Superman. David Phelps says Superman. He says Luther to Otis. Do you know why the number 200 is so vitally descriptive to both you and me? It's your weight and my IQ. Comic Book Ninja says Superman vs. Aliens was surprisingly good comic. Big Sean says Alien only because it's a better made film, but Superman is an all-time great. Sammy says Superman. Janet popped in. Thanks for joining. Janet says Superman, but tough call. My mom had a crush on Christopher Reeve, so I was also biased. And Philippe says Superman. Where are we at on these votes, guys?
6 for Alien.
11 for Superman, so it's another wipeout.
Damn.
Superman takes it and moves on to the finals, guys.
You mean like the next round, like the semis or whatever the case may be.
No, he's in the finals. What else is there? I mean, am I wrong? There's one more battle.
Oh, there is? Okay.
Yeah, it's just Clockwork Orange versus Dawn of the Dead. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're fast tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. So Clockwork Orange versus Dawn of the Dead. Here we go. Let me put these pictures up. I'm just going to say this out loud. I think everybody is having an off day, including myself. So please forgive us, especially me. especially if I'm wrong, and there's more films here, and I've overlooked them. But we're going to go Clockwork Orange versus Dawn of the Dead. And Mom and Dad have no votes because they haven't seen either one. So that's okay. So Clockwork Orange versus Dawn of the Dead. Here we go, guys. Minute on the clock. Let's get this party started.
Yeah, we are moving faster than expected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
And I'm going to eat this piece of apple while we wait. Okay, why do you guys think who should win? Who do you think should win and why?
Clockwork Orange. I
Yeah.
feel like Clockwork Orange was just giving you a different perspective of like the underworld of, you know, how everything works like that, and it's, I think it's just, you know, ahead of its time for me.
Okay.
And also, if I also might add, the fine line between what's good and what's evil.
That's true. That's also true.
Well, not only that, but it's like, you know, once you're evil and then you try to program him to be good, is he still good or is he still evil?
And by the way, you're taking away choice.
Exactly.
You're not wrong. Here we go. Okay, let's start counting votes. Sal, Clockwork Orange. Kevin, Dawn of the Dead. Ready?
All right.
Sean McGean says Clockwork Orange. John Cataline says Dawn of the Dead. Philippe says Dawn of the Dead. Tracy says Clockwork Orange. Melissa says Clockwork Orange. Big Sean says Clockwork Orange. Jenny says Clockwork Orange. Maria says Dawn of the Dead. Sammy says Dawn of the Dead. Bonnie says Dawn of the Dead. David says, I'm going to stop for some milk. Orange once more. He's going Clockwork Orange. Enrique says, my heart is in so much pain being torn apart this whole episode. He's going Dawn of the Dead. Janet says Dawn of the Dead. I love the zombies like Sammy. Comic Book Ninja says, I want the ultra violence. Clockwork Orange. And David says Dawn of the Dead. Boy, this sounds pretty split, guys.
Sheesh.
What's the numbers here?
I got 7 for Orange.
I have 8 for Dawn.
Woo.
Damn.
Okay. So 7 for Orange and 8 for Dawn. I'll put a minute on the clock since it's so close, and we'll see if anybody else votes. If anybody else votes for Clockwork Orange, then it's a tie, and it goes to us, the Legion of Doom, the supreme council here of wise sages. It would go to, or we could just flip a coin.
The Illuminati.
Yeah, or we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. Hey, check this out. Ready? Ah?
Ooh.
Isn't that cool? And that says, surrender your booty. Surrender the booty. So there you go. That's what's in these corn boxes. That's why Mario was hitting him so much, because he was going to get booty. Who knew, right? I didn't know. Weird. All right, so Clockwork Orange versus Dawn of the Dead. David was the last one to vote, correct?
I think so. If you want to double check, then double checks to make sure.
Yeah, because Black Crown EP might have just tied it up. So we have Sean McGean, Clockwork Orange. John Cataline, Dawn of the Dead. Philippe, Dawn of the Dead. Tracy, Clock. Melissa, Clock. Big Sean, Clock. Jenny, Clock. Maria, Dawn. Sammy, Dawn. Bonnie, Dawn. David, Clock. Enrique, Dawn. Janet, Dawn. Comic Book Ninja, Clock. David, Dawn. Black Crown EP, Clock. And Daniel Crowman pops in and says, I heard booty. And he's voting Dawn of the Dead. So where are we at, guys?
8 and 9.
So it's 9 for Dawn of the Dead and 8 for Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
And that's it. So while Black Crown did tie it, Daniel came in while we were counting the votes and put the nail in the coffin for Clockwork, thereby making it, weirdly, Dawn of the Dead
Damn.
versus Superman.
Oh boy.
So
Stanley Kubrick is rolling in his freaking grave right now.
While George Romero is stunned.
He's laughing.
He's
at him.
laughing. So we have
Maybe Richard
Superman versus
Donner.
Dawn of the Dead, guys. Let's go.
Wow. Unbelievable.
You know when I thought it wasn't going to get any weirder, and then this happened?
Yeah. Yes, Daniel, your vote did matter for sure. And we've got votes coming in right now. And this is going to decide it all for the 70s. Now, guys,
Right.
once we go through the 80s and the 90s,
2000s.
2000s, the 10s, and then we'll probably stop there. We will have a nice little ultimate battle. Like, all the first and second placers, I think, are going to go at each other, is what it's going to be. From all of the eras. So we'll have an ultimate huge battle. Also, you'll have to bear with me. I am going to be going home for 3 weeks, and my reception there is spotty sometimes. So just know that if we have to take a week off, it'll be because of that. But we'll see. Fingers crossed, guys. Let's start counting votes. Big Sal, you're Superman. Kevin, you're dead.
There we go.
Let's see.
Actually, I'll be the undead if anything.
It's true. Superman from Mom. Superman for Dad. Sean McGean, Superman. Jenny and Maria, dead. Bonnie is going with Dawn of the Dead, and David is going with Dawn of the Dead. Big Sean is going Superman. Sammy is going Dawn of the Dead. Wow, this is interesting. Comic Book Ninja says Superman. Daniel says Superman. Melissa says Superman. Took me a second there, Daniel. Tracy says Dawn of the Dead, and John Cataline says Dawn of the Dead. Where are we at?
I have 7 for Dawn.
I have 7 for Superman.
And David pops in with a Superman for 8.
All right.
Sean McGean, Star Wars was not in tonight, nor will any Star Wars film be in these battles, particularly because we are Star Wars out officially. And Philippe comes in with another Superman. Yeah, you want a 4th film added to that shit trilogy, huh, Kevin? Is that what you want?
Jesus Christ.
Black Crown EP popped in with a Superman. I think it's now officially done.
Dun, 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 dun.
Enrique's going Dawn of the Dead, but Superman still has 2 up. So yeah.
And now it's 3 up with Janet.
Yep. Superman takes it. Superman wins the ultimate battle of the 70s, guys. This actually is rather surprising to me. I did not expect Superman to win this out of all these big guns. Honestly, because of how we went in the 60s, I thought for sure Taxi Driver or Chinatown would take it. I did not think in the finals it would be Superman versus Dawn of the Dead. I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. But I'm happy. I mean, I hope you guys are happy. Superman is not by any means a bad film. And it's a great representation of the 70s.
Richard Donner. He's a great filmmaker.
Yep.
Let me ask you guys.
Big Sean, we had Godzilla in the 50s, so no more Godzilla.
So, if Clockwork Orange was to go up against Superman, what would you choose?
Superman.
Still Superman?
I would, personally, yeah.
Kevin?
Coin flip, but you know what? For the sake of sentimentality, I'd probably take Superman. Although Clockwork Orange is a better
I think
scripted film.
But it comes to rewatchability for me and enjoyableness. You know, if it's like, go watch Precious. Yeah, it's a great film. Everybody, Precious. It's about sexual abuse. You know, how many times do you want to rewatch that film? You know, it's about physical and sexual abuse. How many times are you going to rewatch that film versus something uplifting like Superman that's a little lighter, you know what I mean? A little more enjoyable in that realm of speaking. Like, you're going to rewatch that more than you're going to watch something like that. So, yeah, I mean, Clockwork Orange, while it is a great film, it's beautiful cinematography-wise. It's very enjoyable story-wise. It's not something that I've gone out of my way to rewatch more than the first time I ever seen it. Whereas Superman, I've seen multiple times.
I've watched both of those multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And some people are different. Like, it's like the Nolan trilogy of Batman. I've only ever seen all of those one time. And I've never felt a need to revisit them because they're just dark and they're dreary. And while they were enjoyable, it's not something that's rewatchable for me. While the Avengers, I've seen a bunch because there's that rewatchability for me. There's that fun factor.
I totally love The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. I rewatched that because of the the way Nolan wrote the lines for the Joker like they were imprinted into my head and will always be there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How many times have people like reenacted that pencil scene? Dear Lord.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't have my boy rip your head off.
Right.
How about a magic trick?
Bonnie says, little disappointed American Graffiti wasn't included, but overall this was a super solid battle and I'm not upset at the outcome. Thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate that. We did try really hard this time, as we do every time. Janet says, party, we have good taste. Sean McGean says, so many great films in the 70s. You are not wrong, Sean. This was tough. To boil down the essence of the 70s to 16 films was extremely hard. I feel it's going to be even harder moving into the 80s, particularly because now comes more sentimentality. Because we were kids when these came out, these films. So for me, immediately, I'm going to say Goonies. While a lot of people will be like, no, we can't put the Goonies in there.
There's Goonies, Never Ending Story. I mean,
God,
Gremlins.
dude, I just watched
Gremlins.
the Never Ending Story the other night.
Let's see.
Oh, by the way, we should let people know, please make yourself present so we can do the Blu-ray prize.
Oh, we're doing a
70s.
Blu-ray giveaway, yeah. Black Crown says Apocalypse Now versus Deer Hunter.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
that would have been a good one. And by the way, guys, feel free to pop on our social media. Reach out to us. You can reach out to us through Instagram on The Real Short Box, or you can reach out to us on Facebook for The Real Short Box. We don't have a Rumble Pop social media presence, although I feel like we should, right, Kevin? We should do an Instagram at least for Rumble Pop. So maybe I'll get that started. But reach out on those platforms and let us know some of the battles, what you think. I know Sean McGean had reached out to Kevin in the past, and we even did one of the battles that he recommended. So you guys are more than welcome to do that. Big Sean says rewatchability. Clockwork Orange has more depth than Superman and is only about half of the book. Well, I guess they should have included the other half then, Sean. Maybe I would have liked to rewatch. And then Daniel says, I live the Goonies. Well, we all live the Goonies, Daniel. We all live the Goonies. Let's see. Okay, we got some here's popping up. So people, if you want to be included for the Blu-ray, chance to win a Blu-ray contest that we're doing every week here while we do these battles, feel free to say that you are here so we know. So Mom is here and Dad is here. So Mom's here, Dad's here. Sammy is here. Bonnie is here. David says, hey, I love you guys. I got to bounce, though. Be safe. Okay, David. David is no longer here. Jenny is here. Maria is here. David says, it's just going to say now. I'm just going to say now Star Wars and Star Trek Wrath of Khan needs to be in the next week. It will not. Black Crown EP says present. He's here. Daniel is here. Philippe is here. Melissa is here. And Enrique is sitting this one out. And Comic Book Ninja is here. Sean McGean is here. So we got a lot of here's this time. Kevin, did you get all those?
Give me 1 second. I think so. I'll repeat to make sure I got everybody. Daniel, Melissa, Felipe, Black Crown, Bonnie, Jenny, Maria, Sean, Sammy, Mom and Dad.
And if you do not hear Kevin say your name, say, wait, I'm here. So he knows.
David left. I remember you said that. So he's not
David
in it.
Keffer, but David Phelps is here.
Okay, so David Keffer. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Phelps
should
is
have,
probably
like, some-
high. That's why he hasn't said here yet. So we're going to put him in anyway.
You should have like a little list.
And Janet says
Of
she'll set
having,
this one out since she recently won as well.
And by the way, both Sean's are still here, so we still got Big Sean and Sean McGean, right?
Yes, they're both here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, excellent.
Big Sean is probably also high. That's why he hasn't said. Oh, there he goes. He says here, just under David. I'm kidding, Sean. I'm kidding. All right.
You should have like a little list, Donnie, of showing, having, memorable films that didn't make the cut.
Oh,
Well,
I mean,
Badlands, Days of Heaven.
I had it written down here on something, and then I moved everything to clean up a little bit, so I don't know where it went.
Let's see,
Yeah.
the Omen. That's another one.
Honorable mentions. That's what I wanted to say.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do that.
There's a ton of them.
Oh, I know.
All right.
Look, I'm here like, okay.
Kevin, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Spin that wheel.
Let's go for it.
And I'll play a lovely song while you spin the wheel here. Okay, sound good?
Got it. All right. I have a winner. I will send it to Sal to make the announcement.
Sal, check your phone for a text to announce the winner. Oh, John Cataline just says he's here. Johnny boy, you're too late on this one. Sorry, buddy.
You got it, Sal?
Yeah, I got it. So the winner of the Blu-ray is Big Sean.
What? Big Sean!
What?
Burp, burp, burp. Big Sean is the winner. Burp, 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 burp.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Wait a
John
second.
Cataline, I know you're an 80s man of horror movies, so don't worry. Next week, you'll certainly have an opportunity for the
Particularly
80s.
if, well, unless he's on the podcast, you are more than welcome. It is an open
Good
invitation
point.
for you, sir. I feel like the 80s would be a great representation of who you are as an individual and vice versa. So we're going to leave that open to you. Sal, we'd love to have you back next week if you're available. If not, that's okay. We understand.
You know I'm here. I'm here.
And we can fit a couple other people in there as well. Anybody that would like to be on the show at some point. And we can, some people that are in the comment section in the chat and stuff that would like to be on live to participate with us, feel free to reach out. And at some point we can possibly get you on the show and become a fellow host. You just have to have internet that works. You have to have a mic that works. You have to have some form of a headset that works, and you need a computer or cell phone that has Skype that works. So those are the qualifications for that, just to let you know. As far as our sponsors, I want to give a big shout out to Splattered Frog Brewing. Go to their site, check out their stuff, type in the code SHORTBOX for 20% off your order. If you would like, try out Half's Hot Sauce. Type in the code Donald Hiccups. Go to halfshotsauce.com. Get 10% off your order with that coupon. I want to thank you all for being here. Please feel free to subscribe. Give us a like. Give us a little thumbs up. I noticed we're a little light on those thumbs up today. So give us a like on these, like a thumb up in the live. That helps our algorithm. That helps us get seen on YouTube. So more people, more viewers. The more viewers we have and the more participation, the more Kevin and I feel like continuing on. Because there's sometimes, when we first started this, let me tell you, it was rough. Am I right, Kevin? We had 3 viewers.
Yeah.
And we were basically
rough.
talking to my mom and dad and I think Maria, and that was it.
It got better.
But it's grown over the years, and I appreciate you all for that. So thank you, especially to some of the old schoolers like yourself, Enrique. We appreciate you. You've been with us, I think, since pretty much almost the very beginning.
Very beginning.
So very much appreciate you. And all our other supporters out there, people that we're friends with that pop in, and people that we've met recently, our new friends, we appreciate you all as well. You can find us on all kinds of podcast platforms. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Spreaker. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Google, geez, you name it, we are on there. Podbean, etc., etc. But with that, thank you again, Big Sal, for being here for us. Thank you, Kevin, and thank you to myself. I'm giving myself a nice big hug. That felt nice. Great.
If only Kevin was there to hug you from the back.
Actually, Big Sal, I think you're a better hugger, if anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I am. Oh, I am.
Yeah, Big Sean says, I'd like to thank the Academy.
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
a professional hugger,
So
Kevin.
we have
I
to
get
order.
paid.
We have to order in your Blu-ray, Big Sean. So if we don't get it to you by this week, we'll get it to you by next week, just so you know.
Enrique, his has already been mailed out, so he knows it's
excellent.
coming.
But with that, guys, thank you. And if you are feeling a little thirsty, perhaps you should crack open
A special blue, sizzling, bubbling, and always popping Rumble Pop.
Good night, guys. I'm going to keep this music going.
Be safe out there.